Hello everyone, it's Cress, aka Taka, and it is time for this week's Rummage Sale and Thrift Finds video. And it's going to be a long one because I had a really good week. I think Friday the 13th helped. So this is from Monday, September 9th through today, Saturday, September 14th. Normally I film on Sunday, but we already had my shelf full that I normally fill during the week before rummage selling today, and I lucked out so well today that I had to actually do the video. So I guess we'll start with my most exciting find of the week. So they obviously replaced this because you'll notice it doesn't glow. It's pretty good when it will even show up on camera a little there, the glowing light of the neon. So this is uranium glass with a replacement thing, but that's fine because I'll never drink out of it because it's uranium glass and you shouldn't do it because you can poison yourself. But I thought it was particularly cool because it feels like it's hand painted. Some of the paint's coming off, but overall the floral design's there. This was priced at $4.95. My total spent was $14.43. I had a $10 gift card that I think I paid $7 on. So overall for the day, that was good. And then at the same St. Benny's and Gwyn, which, okay, get the dirt off your foot. But I don't normally pick up this, but it was only $1.50. It's very pretty. I might wait and list it in the springtime. But it's an Unesco from 1985. And it's a cute little duck picture where the water comes out his mouth, his bill. There's a couple of slight manufacturer's defects, you can tell because the glaze went into it. But overall, very nice paint job. Just a little dirty. Oh yeah, uranium glass I'm keeping. One, I want to know how people are shipping uranium glass because literally I was standing at the post office dropping off my 4 sales for the week, last 3 days. And literally there's a lovely sign that says, no sending anything radioactive. Technically, those show radioactivity. I had a lot of good finds this week of brands I've never found before. So, this is an Oneida Community stainless steel ladle. And the reason I grabbed it for a whole dime was it has a lovely double starburst pattern. You know how I like atomic patterns. This alone will sell for like $3 right now, but if I wait and find the rest of the set of serving dishes, which are only like 4 things, like a pie server and 2 large like tablespoon size servings things, they're selling for like $10 each in the set. So, and then I found this lettuce bowl, which I thought was just a bowl, but when I looked up the Maddox of California, this is actually the center to a serving tray, like a veggie thing, and this is supposed to hold the dip. So I will keep a lookout for the other parts, because usually this is the part you can't find. When you see those kind of sets, you only see the outsides, and you're like, oh, I don't even have the Lazy Susan. But, and if I don't find them, Rita loves lettuce, so this is just funny to keep around anyway. And then I found this Fitz and Floyd piece for a whole $1. I think I paid $1. Well, minus 20% because I think I had 20% off that day. So this is probably 80 cents too. What looks to me like a good wine bottle holder with the feet going. When I put it in the picture, it came up as ashtrays where you could put the cigarette there. But all the ashtrays by Fitz and Floyd like this that were meant to be ashtrays had like a face design in them. And this doesn't feel like anything's been taken out of it. It's a bit dirty and that right now. So I think it would hold the wine bottle nicely. So I don't know exactly what to sell it for yet because all I can find are ashtray ones. Then I found this. I got 20% off this $1.99, so 40 cents off. And this was in the vase section. And those of you with some knowledge will know this is not a vase. This is a cocktail mixer. And I think they thought it was this because I think they read the LTD as like FTD instead of like actually stopping to read it as the Culver cocktail stirrer it is. You can pour out of either side. I did not find the glasses that go with this in the other section. I double checked. But this is actually gold on here. Culver used real gold on there. So hand wash only. There is a light defect on this side, but it is in the actual casting of it because it doesn't feel like a bump on either side. So it's just a manufacturer's defect. This I picked up at Salvation as my only find for the week. And I'm going to throw it to Dad for his hat collection, but it was some really nice embroidery for $1. Little Industrial Contractors of Bismarck. And amazingly, this is not one of the 700 and 800 hats he has already, because I went through them all. Oh, receipt. Oh. Those of you in my group will know why I was crying for this. All right, so I have one snack plate set up right now. And doesn't it look, I have an atomic one up, but it doesn't have this shape to it, which is even more atomic. So there are 4 of these cups and plates, but unfortunately, as I was packing them, I noticed this giant chip, which you can barely notice on camera. And it actually, because it was in the middle of the stack, you couldn't see it at all because they were stacked like this. So I will attempt to sell these. I will list the defect. But from what I can see, these are Federal Glass Company, and this is called the Chalet pattern, which I can see you can identify it as a chalet, but when I looked quickly, I thought it was a farmhouse. But they have really pretty colors. Oh, and really different handles. They're not just a plain handle, they're like a spiral handle. Not really coming up on camera very well. No, not even on that. Okay, what's next? I guess we'll do Santa Claus. So this is probably some sort of mold, Atlantic mold, one of those. It was painted November 11th. I don't know if that's November 2011 or November 11th of what year. There's no other markings for me to really date it. But I think B did a pretty good job with Santa Claus here. Made sure to give him pupils. That's important, people. Why don't you give him white pupils, but at least pupils, because if you don't fill in a color in there, it looks creepy like Zombie Santa, although I wouldn't mind that. Oh, I paid $1/4 for him. I figured I couldn't lose. He's Mark III, but I got him for half off. This cute little dog. Oh, I'm going to need some Goo Gone for that. I think this is modern. It just says made in China on the bottom. But he's this really cute doggy listening to headphones. And I don't mind keeping him. He kind of reminds me of one of my dogs in the past, Nick. He's got kind of that dachshund look to him. But he's sitting so you don't see that dachshund body. Then Rita and I, when we were in Gwyn, which is like 30 minutes drive from my house, we went because I'd take her to the airport, which is out there. We went to St. Vincent de Paul, and then we also went to this consignment thrift antique store called Dissonette. The last time we went, they were just opening. It was about a year ago. And so they filled up pretty nicely. And I got a few things there. But these things chased me around the store. So we have 1 shelf sitting Enesco elf, 2, 3. So these ones are all marked 5213, so they're a set. And then I will be selling them. And then I found these 2. Each of them was either 99 cents or $1. And they're all these really cute elves. These are more spring-like elves. Those could be neutral elves, because they just have hats instead of petal hats on. But I thought they were cute. My week started off slow on Monday. This was the only thing I found at St. Vinny's. It's for me. It's definitely modern, marked Ashland. It was originally $25. It got for $4.50, and Rita used her senior discount of 20% off. And it is this awesome bat. And he is so cute. He is actually pretty detailed. It's fairly heavy. There's also a spider on the trunk of the tree. So I'll probably keep that just because it's modern and I love bats. And then the other Halloween thing I found this week was this today for 75 cents. It was actually one of my friend's Rummage Sales. So she had a scarecrow. It was super glazed, like glossy glaze, but he was so big and awkward shape. I'm like, you're never going to be able to ship him without breaking him. But she is nice and flat, so she doesn't take up too much space. She's got her jack-o'-lantern and her little black familiar cat, her little broom. She's got purple outfit with green hair. Purple and green seem to be a theme this week. And she's got some little star accents. Again, I think this was a mold. There's no dates at all on them. But whoever painted it, whether it was actually like a land mold or one of those, did a really nice job. So I think they were a real artist. Okay. One of my other cool finds of this week is this. At first glance, out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw a fairy lamp. So I reached in, I'm like, oh, it's compote. But it's lidded compote, and it's only $2.25. I think I'll take that because I was trying to get my $10 St. Vinny's to use my $10 gift card. And then I get home and I'm going, well, I think this is Ellie Smith, but the bottom isn't as complicated as it usually is. Well, it's still decorated with stars. Usually it's a bit more starred like this edge. And it ends up being either an earlier or later version of the one I'd seen before of the moon and stars pattern in amber glass. I will be trying to sell this through my Etsy store, but it wouldn't be the worst thing if it didn't sell. But I kept checking it like 20 times over going, oh, how is this only $2.25? And there were no chips or cracks. I checked. All right, so I paid $1.80 with my discount on this. It is a decanter. It is a Liberty Bell, and the crack in it is purposeful. You can still hold liquor in it, which is what came in it. It is the Jean, I think that's a J, California brandy bottle. But I like that it was Liberty Bell. I'll probably try to sell this. There's just a few online. It says on the bottom, commemorative bottling of the United States bicentennial. So it's also a bicentennial thing. This is glass, this is plastic, but they, opened it and drank it without losing all of the label thing on here for the seal. So I thought that was cool. And it still opens. They didn't glue it shut. They cleaned it pretty well because I don't smell any brandy residue. So I will try to sell it, but if it doesn't sell, it'll look great on my bar. I'll have to do some rearranging on my bar if some things don't sell. But I threw this guy in for, I think, 80 cents at Goodwill, my 20%. I generally catch advertising things, but this is more of a mascot for an event. This is from the Beijing 2008 Olympics, the 888. And sad to say, the one good thing that came out of the Olympics is no longer available. McDonald's came out with the Southern style chicken sandwich biscuit and chicken sandwich for that event. And they stayed around for quite a while. Lost the biscuit, one for breakfast a while back. And this year they finally took the Southern style chicken kind of off the menu or renamed it. But but I thought he was cute. I don't remember what the totem on his head is representing, or if this is just a play off anime characters, but that's for my collection. I rescued this lady from the free box at one rummage sale. It's a grandmother pincushion. I will try to sell her. I'm not sure she originally came with this thing in her hand. The glue has turned totally brown. But she's just a cute little old lady. I think maybe it was attached to her glasses maybe at one point. I can't really tell. It kind of looks like the same material as glasses. Or I don't know if she was trying, at one point had two of these and it was supposed to be knitting needles. But she's very cute. She's in lovely shape. There's one pin still in her. Wait, two pins. They left two pins in her. In actuality, what I thought she was from behind was, before I lifted her out of the boxes, she reminds me of the Little Red Riding Hood grandmother wolf puppet from my youth. All right, stay on this side. All right, so this was at the Distant Dut. This is probably one of the most mid-century modern things I found today, this little paperweight. You can just imagine on a desk in Mad Men. It's this little marble and a brass whale. My last whale was wooden, but it's old. I would try to sell this again, but again, I only buy what I like, so if it doesn't sell, I won't cry. This I'm keeping. It goes with the other two I found earlier this year. I found a trickster figure guy and a hand glyph, and this one looks good from both sides. Paid $1.80 for that. Then I went a little figurine crazy. I rescued these from the same box I got Grandma. They're just a couple owls that must have been attached to something at one point. They're not the most detailed owls, but even if I just throw them in for a project, I felt like they needed rescue. And then these were in 95-cent bags, so they were 95 cents each. And I couldn't read the bottoms or anything in the bag. But this one is unmarked. It's a little white cat playing the saxophone. It does seem like his ears are both chipped. Unless that was a design to make him look like he had tipped ears. And then this little guy, I think is Hamco by that symbol. And I believe this is part of an artist series. And this is the Cobbler Bear. But look how detailed his eyes are. Focus on the bear. No. And then for $1, marked Japan, just a little ducky. And then my best probably figurine find today is this very cute Great Dane with the classic crossed paws, laying position. Needs a little Goo Gone right there on his spot. But he was only 75 cents when these little ones were 95 cents in a bag, but he was only 75 cents, and he's adorable. Okay. Trying to keep moving because I still have a pile. All right. These two Rita threw in the cart because she has to have McDonald's glasses. Turns out we have these two already. I will have to wait, though, to sell them because it'll be next year I can sell them because they are labeled 2000. So we already had these two. They're in the cabinet right now. But we only paid 80 cents each. So not bad. And then we did get another McDonald's cup that went with the other set. And this one was also 80 cents with my discount. And this is Goofy. So right now we didn't have Goofy. We have 2 Donalds. So again, if I find more and I get one complete set for us, then we will try and complete a set to sell. And grabbed these for 50 cents each at the St. Vinny's in Gwyn. They're just Tom and Jerry the movie Welch's Jam Jars glasses. And I figured if they don't sell, my dad loves Tom and Jerry, so they could make really good juice glasses for him. Why do I love the breakables? Why? There's still more. Let's stay with the Disney. I could, in theory, sell this, but I bought it to... Dad wouldn't buy it for himself. Of course, he wouldn't buy the Donald Duck one for himself either last year, so I had to buy Mickey to go with Donald. He is not in perfect condition. He's got some scratching in that, but he's completely cute, and I'm sure this is not sized for me, but we'll just hold him on my head, and we'll see if the random picture for the video's screen capture will be Mickey's on my head, because I think that would be funny. They do pick 3 random, so we'll see. Alright, so I think the dollar that's on bag is what I paid for all of them, but I kept throwing things in the bag from different sales. I think I got the original bag for half off, and then I threw a few more in. So I know I got her Snow White from the free box. And then the next sale I found these and went, oh, I must complete the collection. Pocahontas, Cinderella, and I actually have the ball gown Cinderella already, but this is her cleaning. I have Belle downstairs and that. And I have, this is cute, I didn't know they made a little basket of the yarn with the mice on it from Cinderella. And then this, I thought it was Glenda the Good Witch. Isn't that who you'd think it would be? But it says on the bottom that it is Rose the Fairy Queen. So Rose the Fairy Queen was definitely designed. I guess there's wings. I didn't notice the wings at first. I thought the kid had put them on, but look at that. And then, you know me and atomic patterns, I can't resist most toy car lots anyway, but this was in a box and I could just dig through it. And all the identifiers say on the bottom is robot truck. So I don't know if that refers to a particular show or something. Is this a satellite going on top? I don't know. And then from that same sale, I grabbed Han Solo. The little Han figure. So again, most of those are on. I went to an estate sale today that I'm going to go back to tomorrow, and then there's 2 more sales that we didn't get to today because they're out by the crossroads, and they weren't, of course, open yesterday when I was going through them to go to Gwen to take Rita to the airport, but she definitely loved cats. So the first things I grabbed there weren't the cat-related items. They are a 16 by 16 pillow and a 14 by 14 pillow thing for $1 each. I'm almost at the point that the shipping materials are getting so expensive that this, if I needed it for like, if I found the coolest lamp ever, yeah, they'd be padding in there. Or I might actually get myself to make a few t-shirt pillows. So then she had, for 50 cents, love a cat. I would have gotten along with this woman. I'm going back tomorrow because, as I posted to my group today, not only did she have all these cat things, we actually have a pillow that goes with this cat because it's part of the kiln line. But I probably will try to sell this first. Remember, any animal item I sell in my Trash Get Your Treasure store, 10% goes to either UPAWS or Sunrise Animal Sanctuary. But she had mostly Shadow Iris Corel, which she only had priced $10, but they wouldn't split up the set. Like, I just wanted all the plates. Like, they could even have the coasters with the mugs and the creamer and the sugar. I just wanted the plates and platters, but they didn't want to split them. So I'll go back tomorrow. If they're still there, I'll get the whole thing for half off. They also had a uranium pitcher. Oh, and some Corel and Dad's Old Town Blue pattern. So I really felt close to this. I don't normally get little baskets in that, but the kitty cat on here was so cute. It's an Action made in Japan, and there were no chips or anything. I'll show the other side where the sticker won't show. See if I can get it to focus. There you go. And then you can see the handles are all painted. And it'd just be a cute little thing to keep something in, you know, whether it's for your craft room or office. So we'll try to sell that. And then I would have only gotten the one that looks like my cat, but I didn't feel I could separate them. And they are kind of a purplish blue hue instead of just straight black. And so for $1 each, they're called paw prints. They're dishwasher. I save Casamoda. I have no idea what year these are from. If they are vintage enough for Etsy, I will probably try to sell them. But again, this one looks like my cat. And this one's just like that classic Halloween cat, only in purple. They're very cute. I told you purple and green were the colors of the day. Try to put that back farther. And then I don't normally pick up platters. It's unmarked even. Normally I wouldn't have done it. But I kind of liked the pattern. And then she told me everything was free. So for free, I thought I'd rescue it. She said it's the last survivor. They had this whole set when she was growing up in the 60s between all her family members. And this is the lone survivor of the set. So it kind of looks a little atomic to me, so I definitely believe it's at least 60s. It might be late 50s even by this pattern. I have not been able to look up anything on it yet. I just got it today. And speaking of atomic-like patterns, for $0.25, I picked up a box of paper napkins. Now, normally I wouldn't bother, but it's freaking atomic pattern, and it's an awesome looking atomic pattern. And there are a lot of them here. They're paper thin napkins, but I am on a lookout for an atomic style lamp. And I figured if I kept this around for $0.25, if I didn't find it with a good lampshade when I finally found one, I could make an awesome looking atomic pattern lampshade with it. So I found inside the box someone else had tried to sell it for 50 cents earlier, and they'd given up on it. They literally labeled the box space on the side, the people who did it. And just for your information, there were original 25 luncheon napkins in here. I do not know how many are in here. I did not count. It's by Crestwick, imported and distributed. So, came in the original box. But as you can see, the box isn't in that good shape, but the napkins are. Alright. Another Disney item. I think I paid $1 for some Disney Christmas cards. I don't know what year they're from, but I figured if nothing else, Mickey and Minnie were great. And they just say, hooray for Christmas. So very non-offensive. I rescued this from the free box. It is obviously Snoopy Bowling. It is marked United Feature Syndicate 1970, made in Hong Kong, for a via hand-painted. So it's a hand-painted thing I got for free. And then I grabbed this little grab bag for $1.25 at Vinnie's. So, little pin for raising awareness. One of the things I thought was cute in it, a little like dog colorful thing. It's very thin. I don't think it's that old. This is the one I really wanted for my pin collection. This cute little dog. Try to block my face for the camera to focus for you. There's a bracelet in here. There's actually a pair of these, which I might be able to craft into ornaments. There's a proud grandparent of a Michigan Tech student. A chain. There's the other snowflake earring attached to the winner. Now, I hadn't even noticed this in the package. I just noticed the pins. And since I got this yesterday, I had time to research. This is my surprise shocker that will pay for yesterday's spending. This is War is Not Healthy for Children and Other Living Things. With a flower. And it is another mother 4-piece, Beverly Hills, California, 1968. Now there were pins, necklaces like this, other designs around this, and they are selling anywhere from $30 to $70 for this necklace online. So I'd be happy to list it for a bit cheaper. I'd still make a profit. And what's nice is it would only cost like $5 to ship. All right, I have a few more items. I know we hit the 30-minute mark. So this is to keep for now because it's too new to sell. It's just a little Toucan Sam milk dispenser. It's meant to hold enough milk to just go on your cereal in the morning. And it says 2002 Kellogg Company, made by Houston Harvest. Gift products for dishwasher or microwave use. I do not recommend it. That's what it says. It was a little blurry on the knocker. Don't put it. It looks like it needs a good cleaning inside, but I thought he was very cute. Okay. Now for my more animals. I never pass up a really good quality wood carving. So the wood tones changed and the giraffe ended up with a way lighter nose, making it almost look like a beak. But it is a nice, cool, long-legged giraffe. With some lovely detailing. I only paid $1. There's no markings on the bottom. And the antelope I paid $2 for. He's a bit more substantial. But he's got great lines for mid-century lines. He too is unmarked. Did I miss anything on the floor? Okay, the last thing I bought today is an almost complete set of salt, pepper, vinegar, oil, and mustard pot in lusterware. So I only paid $3. It is missing one stopper for one either oil or vinegar. I double checked. I didn't see another stopper. In fact, I didn't even see either stopper in it. The first when I looked at it, I thought they were both non-stoppered. Found one stopper. The only problem, like there's some wear on color on certain pieces. The salt and pepper have cork bottoms, which will probably disintegrate if you remove them. It has one chip on the base plate, but since this does not act as a food plate, I don't feel like that takes away too much from the value. I will note it when I list it. Just a little tiny mark right there. But I didn't even care that it was missing a stopper because the mustard pot has its lid and the little tiny spoon. When do they actually still have the little tiny spoons? But they are dirty. They need a cleaning. Again, not perfect. I only paid $3. I'm sure I can make my money back on that. But it's my first piece of lusterware for my store. And it's, you know, watching Crazy Lamp Lady and Sumi, you know, lusterware. Again, they're not in perfect shape, but I'm sure I can make my money back. So yeah, that's everything this week. And hopefully I didn't want to spend $10 for a picture, even though I'm sure it's a fair value. But when I can't even use the picture because it's uranium glass tomorrow, and those Corral plates, I hope I can get them all for half off, so I could get them for like $13, $14 instead of almost $30. But I think I did fairly well this week. And for once, the weekend I'm not working, there were actually more than 3 rummage sales. It was great. Thank you for watching. See you next time.